Commonwealth Bank on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com, and our interview segment at this time brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. A lot of things do crop up in the world of agritourism, if you will, at this time of year. Many people are already starting to think about corn mazes and things like that, but one thing that they should not overlook is the sunflowers. And joining us this morning is Jamie Beatty with Rustic Ranch, and she and I are going to talk about getting some good photo opportunities in those sunflower fields. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing fine. So how many years have you been running a sunflower field for this purpose?
This is actually our second year.
Okay, so remind everybody where you are.
So we're located on Rustic Lodge Road, which we're we're close to Getty Heights Park. We're close to Starbucks. It's about less than 2 miles. We're around 2 miles from Walmart. If you go the back way to Homer City, we're right near there. So very close to town, close to all the things you can swing by quickly and get the kids in and out and then get back home.
All right. Now, I actually had the pleasure of visiting the field last year.
Okay.
And that was an amazing experience, and it was very nice and serene. Yes, you had you had some props and some photo areas, but just being in the middle of, to borrow a term from Sting, the fields of gold, if you will, it was really quite peaceful. And you walk out far enough on that trail, you're surrounded by it, and you just kind of feel a little bit of peace.
Exactly. It's one of my favorite things to do at night is just to walk back there. It's very peaceful. If you hit us in the heat of the day, sometimes it's a little warm, but most people still can find time to enjoy the flowers and get some great pictures while they're there.
What inspired you to open this up as kind of a photography spot?
I think, just our proximity to town was always a convenience, and I've taken my kids to different sunflower fields, and we've driven really far, and so I thought something close here that would be fun, and primarily for us to enjoy too, so that our family can be around it.
So when do you start working on the fields?
We'll start in May, and we'll get things planted and get the fields ready and all of those things, and then as the season approaches closer to time, we'll cut the fields, cut the paths all year long and looking for different props. And then in the fall, we have fall festival and activities there as well. So it's kind of been a year-round venture for us to stay busy.
Well, that's actually pretty good to keep it going throughout the fall,
yes.
Which you turn into from sunflower fields to pumpkins.
Pumpkins and then corn maze, yes.
All right. So you you take part in those areas of the agritourism industry as well.
Yes.
So talk about that. Is it a lot of fun to kind of run this sort of thing, to see the people coming through? And
it is. It's really fun. One of the things that's been neat for just being our second season having this is we've had people come get maternity photos in last year's sunflower field, and by the fall they had their baby, and they were there getting pictures at the fall festival. And then this year they're a toddler running around climbing on the tractors and things. So it's neat to see that transition and families. And then it's important for us as a farm family to just open our farm up and let other people experience that. People are further away from the farm than they used to be, so that's a good chance for people to get out, learn about agriculture, and be a part of that.
Now we should talk about some of the things that people will see once they go through there. As we mentioned, there are many stops along the way for photo opportunities, and last year was kind of antiques and
Yes.
and kind of run-down things, no offense intended, but they were like old tractors,
We did
benches,
yes.
things like that.
A heavy emphasis on the rustic part. I like vintage stuff, so I go through the antiques and things throughout the year and find things there. So we have that, but some modern twist things. This year we added a pair of butterfly wings, and we actually worked with a local artist on Rustic Lodge too, that made those for us. Rustic Sunflower Art and Design painted those for us.
Nice.
And then we added a Barbie box, which is a fun twist. We've had lots of very interesting sunflower Barbies come through the Rustic Ranch this season. Those are some of our new modern things, but we have just kind of a variety of things so that whatever your style is, that you can find something for you.
That is actually pretty cool that you added the Barbie box. Of course, with the movie being so popular, it was
Yes.
kind of a natural.
Yes.
But have people kind of dressed up in the pink and
We
gone
have had
exclusively to
some
that?
very authentic Barbies come through. It has been very impressive. And then, of course, lots of little girls in their sunflower outfits and, very cute things. So we've had some adult Barbies, definitely.
Okay.
And some men Barbies, too.
Okay, excellent. So you say you cycle through the props as the season goes,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So right now this is what, second cycle?
Yes, so we had our first field. We just moved everything over the weekend into field 2. Lots of all the props that we had in the first field are there, but then we got some of our other ones out and added those to this field. So there's new things if you come back and try to get more pictures, or you just want to for the first time.
Now, the thing is with sunflowers, it's a notoriously short growing season or bloom season.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Yes, so we planted each of our fields about 10 days later than the first, and we have 3 different fields so that we can kind of maximize our growing season. But the flowers themselves, full bloom, it can be from 7 to 10 days, basically, dependent on the weather. So if we get some storms through and stuff, they may have a shorter time window. But that's why we added those extra fields so that we can try to get flowers in bloom for as long as possible.
All right. If anybody wants to come down and take part in this,
yes.
Can you give us some of the particulars?
Yes. So we're open weekdays 1 to 6, and then weekends are from 10 to 8. If the weather or things change, our Facebook page is the best place to check, and we update there as much as possible.
All right. And the cost to get in?
It's $5 a person, and ages 5 and under are free. Okay,
that's fine. And soon after this, you, as you said, you'll transition more into the autumnal things, the pumpkin patches and the corn mazes.
Yes.
Is it tough to come up with a design for a corn maze? Because I've seen them, and they can go from pretty basic to very complicated to grand designs that you see from the sky.
Yeah, so we cut ours ourselves. So we go with whatever path we're feeling that day. We kind of wind around and make those as we go. So for us, we don't have anything too elaborate as far as the designs and the scripts, but they can be some pretty exciting designs. Maybe someday we'll work on that.
Keep it going, hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah. and also the pumpkin patch is also a very special thing, I think, for kids.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. And this year we planted a lot of different varieties. So we're excited to see those grow. They're starting to take off and see how they come.
So, obviously, this being a success last year, being a success this year, this is going to continue on down the road, I would assume, for many years to come.
Yes, we're hopeful.
You're making it a tradition.
Yes, we're trying to. We have 2 young boys ourselves, and we try to raise them on the farm, and they've been a part of all of our activities, so it's exciting to help them grow and learn about the farm, too, and share it with others.
Now, if people want to purchase flowers, if they want to purchase a sunflower from you, can they do that?
Yes, absolutely. So the flowers, they're $1 a stem, and then we have bouquets that are already made that if you're just driving by and want to grab one, those are ready to go.
All right, excellent. So we're just about out of time, but let's go ahead and go through the particulars once again. When are you open?
So we're open weekdays from 1 to 6, and then we are open weekends from 10 to 8. And you can check our Facebook page, the Rustic Ranch PA, and get all the details. And if there's weather changes or anything like that, we post them all there, and lots of photo previews.
Okay. And admission, again, is $5
$5
a person.
5 and under is free.
Okay. And pretty soon, I'm guessing within the next couple of weeks, we'll start the transition from the sunflower season to the more fall season.
Yes, we're hopeful to get through the end of August with our flowers, and then it'll be time to think about the fall.
All right. Excellent. I got to wonder, since I'm kind of a little bit of a photography nerd, and I entered in the Indiana County Fair last year. Did you hear of anybody maybe entering photos from your field in the fair?
We actually went and looked, and there were a few there that we could tell that were from the field. But yeah, we've seen lots of awesome ones on Facebook. It is really neat to see everybody's perspective and how from their lens they capture the field.
It's got to be wonderful, yeah, to see it as an art form in that case. So that is great.
Yeah.
All right, hey, thank you very much for joining us.
I appreciate the opportunity.
All right, thanks again. Jamie Beatty of Rustic Ranch joining us this morning here on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. And Jamie, all the best, and pardon the pun, I hope things continue to bloom.
Thank you.
Jamie Beatty with Rustic Ranch on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Our interviews are presented by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. We're at 8:56, so in just a couple of minutes, we'll be